Hi, today I'm going to work on winter scenes. I have many reference pictures. I'm going to show you how I use different techniques for winterscape. First one, I like to use this image. It's not very pictorial image because there's a roof and then it doesn't have much color, which is another thing in winter, is kind of expressing the scene without using the bright colors like watercolor can express with the saturation brightness. The winter scene is more monochromatic and then subdued, so need to kind of mix the colors to create that winter cool scene. But don't have to be all cool colors, can be contrasted with a little bit of tint of warm colors. I'll keep this reference here or here. And this one is not using masking fluid, but I'm going to use the white paint. This is Chinese white. You can use titanium white, some kind of opaque white. I have this white I use a lot, but not using it to make color pale or to fix the painting. I use white mostly to splatter the scene with a sparkle, like giving it's the winter snowscape. That really works well. So I'll use this one and I'll show you how I do. This one doesn't have snow. Actually, it might be snowing, but you can't really see. But I'm gonna let it snow with that Chinese white. This is a 7.5 by 11 paper. It's an 1/8 sheet of paper. I like squeezing all the fresh colors when I start paint, when everything is dried up. To this. So this picture has a lot of white, which is the sky and snow. This is a pond or lake, so the snow is on the water, which is frozen underneath. So I use that paper white to express the snow and kind of cloudy sky, but to give it a little bit of warmer tint. It would create like a nice warm atmosphere even though it's winter, because I'm gonna use cooler color, maybe a little bit of purple and blue, brown here. So to contrast that color, kind of a little bit of tint of yellow orange type of tint would be really nice. So first I'm gonna wet the paper. If you have bigger brush, it would be better to use bigger brush, but if you don't have bigger brush, you can just since this is not as like a big paper, you can just use your regular round 12 brush. Alright, evenly wet, and then I'm gonna have a little bit of warmer tint. And I'll do the background kind of faded with maybe more purple and Payne's gray. A little bit of blue. You can basically use whatever grayish color, maybe more green tinted. I just used the cool color just to contrast with the warm. So that's the background. I just used the side brush technique, and then just to get a little bit of ground straight, I'll just make the dry brush. So that's that far away, so it's faded, and then you can kind of give uneven silhouette type of the shapes. So right here is going to have more woodsy island, so I'm gonna get it a little more darker in value and add a little bit of green. Around. Try not to depict too much with a brush, but kind of making splashes and then just a dabbing, tapping motion. And when you like to make details, you can use the skinny brush and let's see, like a pine tree. Make a little bit more defined shapes. And you can get some trees. Grounding it. Now I can splatter the white. First, I'm gonna change the water. Make sure your water and the brush is clean before you do that. Just take away everything around it because it's gonna splash. This is just the lid of a jar. You can use any type of small tray. And then squeeze a little bit of white. And then this is too pasty, so I'm gonna have to put a little bit of water to loosen it, but not too much water. Too much water makes it less opaque. This could be too much water. And add a little bit of paint. So has a little bit of body, but not pasty, but not too loose. It's like it moves a little slow, but not stuck on that tray or not running too quickly. And then you can have something to hit against. This is my utility knife, and then just to go think that's pretty. So some parts are still wet, so gave a little bit of blur. Some parts were quite dry, gave a little bit of sharpness. But this just the only you know, takes like 1 minute and it create nice movement and then great atmosphere for a winter scene with a white paint. Alright, so the sign the bottom, since this is quite a bit of white, I wouldn't want to sign it with dark. I like to use something like this lighter gray color for signature, so it doesn't, you know, distract any part of the painting.